Right, 10 October 2024. And today I am very excited once again to be giving you an update on all the trending news that is taking place in Zimbabwe. So what we do every morning at 5 a.m. is that I give you the big stories so that when you go home or when you go to work, you know what has been happening in our country. And this is the most watched show in Zimbabwe by a lot of people. So now let's go through what is happening today. I'm going to move very fast. Thursday is a very big news day. A lot happens on a Thursday, especially in business. So I encourage you to go and look at all the newspapers that are out there in Zimbabwe. Now let's start with Mnangagwa and Chiwenga. I told you that Zimbabwe is like a movie. And if you take that script to a director, they will tell you to go away. Your script is too nice. No one will believe it. This is what is happening in Zimbabwe. Chiwenga and Mnangagwa are engaged in the biggest tussle for power that you have ever seen. And whoever is going to win here is going to become the president of Zimbabwe for the next few years. Mnangagwa, I predict that within the next 3 months, will be out of office. That is by December the 27th. And you can take that to the bank. I'm promising you that something big is going to happen, and it's going to happen in front of your eyes. So let's start with what is going to happen. But I would like to let you know that I'm going to get a guest correspondent today. Mr. Jethro Rusike is going to join me to talk about the situation in Mbare, where there's been a massive fire that has destroyed millions of worth of goods. So Mnangagwa has violently protested against Chiwenga over a conference. And this is an open fight. Mnangagwa is going to be out this whole week. In fact, from today until next week, Friday, Mnangagwa is on the road. And there is a particular conference that has caused massive fighting between Chiwenga and Mnangagwa. So it's this conference here. It's called the Zimbabwe International Research Symposium. It's supposed to happen on the 13th. And I talked about this conference last week. And I want you to take specific note of what has happened here. So Chiwenga organized this conference, and I apologize for the size of my screen there. Chiwenga organized this conference, and he invited Mnangagwa. However, Mnangagwa was very unhappy with what was written on this invite. On this invite, Chiwenga's name was there. So Chiwenga was mentioned on the original invite. So I'm going to present to you now the original invite. This is the original invite, which says here, the Research Council of Zimbabwe, under the office of the Honorable Vice President, retired General CGDN Chiwenga, is proud to host. So take notes, and I've put this on Gambakwe. You can go and check it out. And now go to the updated one. The Research Council of Zimbabwe is proud to host the 13th Zimbabwe International Research Symposium. Do you see what has happened? Mnangagwa has removed any reference to Chiwenga. And this is a clear sign that Mnangagwa doesn't want anything to do with Chiwenga to be mentioned. He doesn't want Chiwenga to host anything. This caused a lot of noise behind the scenes. And this is broken out into the public. Go and check this out. Mnangagwa is not happy to do anything that has got Chiwenga in it. And this is now an open fight. I told you that within the next 3 weeks, that is up to the 27th of October, you're going to see a massive development. Someone is going to drop, and it's going to happen right in front of your eyes. So right now, you can clearly see that Chiwenga and Mnangagwa not aligned, fighting openly for authority. But currently, my belief is that Chiwenga has got the upper hand. People are starting to see that Mnangagwa's rule is coming to an end. And you're seeing it with this kind of thing that is happening, when Mnangagwa refuses openly to attend anything to do with Chiwenga, and Chiwenga is putting himself as a host, and he's starting to stamp his authority. I showed you what happened last week when he called the generals, and this is a progression. you're going to see this fight breaking out into the open, Chiwenga and Mnangagwa on each other's throat. And the winner is the one that is going to make the first move. So I want to quickly move away from this so that I can go to Mkoma Jetro. Mkoma Jetro, I'm going to put you on stage in a minute. Please get ready. So I'm putting you on stage now, and you can turn on your mic so that we can give people an update on what is happening on at Mbare. Mkoma Jetro, please put on your mic if you can hear me, so that people can hear you. At the moment, your mic is off.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Yes. Good morning, Mkoma Jetro. What has happened at Mbare? You were there yesterday.
Yes. What has happened at Mbare is very, very sad. And it is very, very unfortunate for a lot of traders that are trading at Mbare. The whole market is destroyed. We're looking at millions of dollars that have been destroyed in that market, and a whole lot of livelihood that has been lost in that, especially people that are depending on that market for that have been trading. I spoke to other people there who said they've been trading in that market since 1986, in 1987. So they've been there for over 32 years, and it's a very, very sad development. And the issue that was there is that the fire brigade came, and it came without water, and it waited for about 45 minutes without attending to the fire. And people who heard about the fire, some of them, they heard it a little bit late when they drove to come to the scene. They only found that it was the inferno was blazing, and they could not even recover even a single thing at that inferno. Some people also in the who were trading there, they used to keep their money inside that market, because some of them, they knowing that they will be keeping huge amounts of money, they wouldn't want to go home with their money, because they know that some Tutsis would follow them, and then they'll raid their money. So they would leave the money at the market. And some ladies would do what we call mkando, or round, or what we call stock fail. They would leave their money in that market, and that money was all burned down to the ashes yesterday. So these are some of the
yeah. Mkoma Jetro, what I'm going to do is I'll refer people to your channel. I'm sure you've uploaded a lot of video regarding this fire.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. So you're gonna give us a link, and then we'll just share it with the groups.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mkoma Jetro. Right. So I think you understand. I want to follow these stories of Mbare, and Mkoma Jetro has gone for us to Mbare, and there's a lot of video. You can check it out. Everything is destroyed. Everything's burned down. And I hope that they don't open that market until they reconfigure it and build something safe for the people. It's terrible what's happening in Mbare. And my plan and my idea on this Mbare, what I suggest they do, is to build all the way from Mbare inside into, I think it's 4th Street, around East Gate. They need to build a market that stretches and that has got an overhead walkway from. So if you are in Mbare, you should be able to walk above ground all the way up to 4th. That is what they've done at Cape Town. If you come to Cape Town, the connection on foot is all the way from right inside the city center up to the train station. So you should be able to cross over from Mbare, and that should be a big design. But I know Mnangagwa never thinks to that level that I'm describing. So you need someone else to do it. What I'm saying is you can't have that situation in Harare right now, where a person just drives or goes all the way to Mbare in a little road. This is an opportunity for Mnangagwa to get international designers who come and create a proper city there around Mbare, all the way from Mbare all the way up to the city center, Eastgate area. Create something where people can move around without interacting with traffic, and also put a train station there, put a bus station there. And I know they're already in the process of designing a train station So they should integrate that whole area. You can have a whole new city in that area, and this needs to be done. I don't think Mnangagwa can do it though. I saw Chamisa talking about trains, and I've asked the guys to look deeper into what Chamisa was saying. But these are the ideas that will make Harare a city which is livable. At the moment, Harare is not livable. If you go out right now, like Nkoma Jetro was saying, you get beaten up by thugs because it's not safe. There's no lighting. And the Mayor Mafume must take note of what I'm saying here. There is a lot that needs to be done in Harare, and it all comes from a design. The money is there. So if you create what I'm describing right now, the money can flow into such a project. Mining companies, pension funds, they are willing, if you are to create this kind of design that I'm talking about, where you create a new city in that area. The Mozambicans have done it in Maputo, and they've created a stunning city on the side of Maputo there. And these are some of the things that needs to be done so that you have that free space and free movement. So now let's go back to what I was saying. Mnangagwa and Chiwenga clashing in public. Mnangagwa refusing to attend this conference if it had Chiwenga's name on it. So you see the original advert there had Chiwenga on it. It was organized by Chiwenga. It is still organized by Chiwenga. However, Mnangagwa has refused to attend it, and he has said he wants nothing to do with Chiwenga on that name. So they've had to remove it. They've removed Chiwenga's name, and now it's only the organization there, the Research Council of Zimbabwe, which is under Chiwenga's office, but they just had to remove Chiwenga's name. Mnangagwa doesn't want anything with Chiwenga's name on it, and you can clearly see it. These two are fighting and clashing on a daily basis. But this whole thing is going to come to a head now, because Chiwenga needs to make a move. If he doesn't make a move, they're going to move on him, and they'll move at him suddenly and unexpectedly, and finally he's going to get it. They're going to make sure that they move on him. Now let's go to the news. This young lady that you're seeing here, she is Nesisa, and she has been run over in a hit and run in Bulawayo. So you can go and check out the details at my brother Ezra Chisaswanda's page. The driver who hit and ran here was driving a Isuzu 4x4 or a Ford Ranger AAE 8118 along Khami Road East and did not stop. So if you're that Ford Ranger driver, please go and report yourself to police. So she's passed away, a young student. She was hit and run in Bulawayo. Then we have other news taking place here in the H Metro newspaper. My brother Robson Sharuko has run a very nice newspaper over there, doing very, very well. I think H Metro is probably right now the most interesting newspaper to read. And he is talking about Tatmark Motors in Chitungwiza. These guys have been running a scam where they sell cars that do not belong to them. Someone comes to park a car here, and they'll take the car and sell it to you for thousands and thousands. And then police will come and collect the car from you after you've already paid. So the owner of this car, of this garage, has appeared in court yesterday. So you can go check that detail. It's called Tatenda Makanda, Tatmark Motors. He is a scammer, and a lot of people have lost their money because of his activities. Then, as I said, Mnangagwa is going to be very busy this week. He's also attending the Exporters Conference at, this is the ZITF. So from the 17th, Mnangagwa is going to be in Bulawayo. He's going to go back to Harare for this conference with Chiwenga, which is on the 13th. So he's going to be in Harare from the 13th, then he goes back to Bulawayo, then he goes back to the ZANU-PF, National People's Conference. So he's going to be on the road the whole week. Then with the death of Pastor Ray of Rema. So Pastor Ray has passed away at 75 years old, and popular pastor. I don't think there's anyone who doesn't know him. With his sermons on Sundays, he had stepped back from the church, but right now, passed away yesterday, and the news was out. Then there is obviously in South Africa big news here with the new mayor of Tshwane. So the DA mayor was voted out, and they've put in a new mayor, and she's called Dr. Moya. So she is always on the road with service delivery. So I don't know what happened here, but there is a disagreement between ANC and the DA, resulting in this new mayor of Tshwane. So she is now the new mayor, sworn in yesterday, and she has taken over. Then a South African teacher has passed away in Cambodia. She disappeared and was being looked for. And yesterday it was reported that she was found dead in bed after she went out with a man that she had just met, a British man called Jack. They don't know his name, but I have a picture of Jack. So I can just show you Jack. He is this young man here. So if you haven't seen it, you can go check it out. This is trending internationally. She went out with him after dating for a week, and apparently they partied too much, and she ended up passing out in a swimming pool. So South African teacher Angelique Tong has passed away in Cambodia. So this is happening quite a lot, where South African teachers are going outside the country and ending up in trouble. Then for tax, ZIMRA has issued a clarification of what you need to pay if you are provided a service by a foreign entity. So you go check this out. I'll also upload it on Gambakwe.com, and you can check it out there. A new bank has been formed in Zimbabwe, and the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe has issued a statement on this new bank. It's called Success Bank. I'll give you details of who owns this bank. Success Bank. It was previously Success Microfinance Limited. So it's now called Success Bank. And this is happening during the time when we have the ZiG crashing. The ZiG is crashing parabolically. Yesterday, a bigger crash took place, and very soon the ZiG will be worth nothing. When I mean nothing, I mean worth zero, minus zero. You have to pay to give me the ZiG. That is what is happening over there. And then what has happened is that young Mnangagwa yesterday has proposed the floating exchange rate. So he said that it makes no sense to hold the exchange rate as a fixed exchange rate or as a controlled exchange rate. You can go and check out Mnangagwa's speech. I'm going to take it out later on today, and I'm going to put it on some of our platforms, and I'll share it with the guys in the groups so that you understand what is going on. No one believes in what Mnangagwa is doing. Mnangagwa's plans are poor. Mnangagwa has got no plan. His vision is small, and he's Mr. Weak Zig. Mr. Weak Zig. He gave himself the name Strong Zig. Must come back and give us his new name, Mr. Weak Zig. Then I want to go to the comments. Good morning, Pamela. Yes, Mr. Parabolic, that's me. I wanted to say something else, but I'm going to stop myself. Then Mkoma Tekla says, good morning, Mr. Gambakwe. Good morning, everybody. And we are going to build an amazing country. We're going to do very, very well. Today is Mental Health Day. So let me just talk a little bit about this. Today is Mental Health Day. And our people are spending days and days waiting. I always tell you, the problem in Zimbabwe is people spend all their time waiting for the bus to Chiwenga, waiting for the bus to Harare, waiting for the bus to Chinoi. So today is Mental Health Day. And I think that these guys called AHPCZ. I don't know who they are. You can go check them out. They've put out this statement. Zimbabwe, it's okay not to be okay. Talk to someone. So go and talk to these guys. Mental Health Day. I know a lot of people are going through a lot, but it is our job to make sure that our country does well. I don't sleep myself. The situation in Zimbabwe is giving me such hard time. I want us to fix our country, and I hope the people who've got the necessary strength can join us in addressing this situation. People are struggling on a daily basis, and we need to fix this situation. And then Mkoma T1, General Chiwenga. Yes, General Chiwenga, if he doesn't move, they're going to move on him. And General Chiwenga must understand what I'm talking about. This was day one. When General Chiwenga did not go to this meeting at Mbungo on 31 March, I told you this was day one. When General Chiwenga made speeches about people not choosing one side, and when he stopped accepting Wikinoch vibe, that was day one. If General Chiwenga does not move, the move that is going to come against him is going to be like a backslap, like it will be so hard, and he won't come back from it. But I think someone at the level of General Chiwenga does not need a guy like me to advise him. He knows what to do, and it has to be done. The move that needs to be made, and I want to clarify. I don't want you guys to come and say, Gambakwe said General must kick him out. I'm talking about moving from under. Before you become the top, you must come from under. So General Chiwenga cannot be under ED or under Mnangagwa and expect to be the president. No one comes from the bottom to go to the top. So first, Chiwenga must accept that he is going to have to move out of the system totally, and then he'll come back as the boss. There is no boss who comes back from being the underboss. You always have to come out from outside because you're going to have to clear the other team. So I think you guys understand what I'm saying. There is no one who comes from being a vice president to a president. Very rare. What you do is first, you are out of the system, but you must make sure that you're strong enough from outside to come back inside. This is what needs to happen. And I don't know if Chiwenga is willing to become uncomfortable, because what is just about to happen is very uncomfortable for Chiwenga. Mkoma Lam says, that is if he is not going to get flipped. Yes, as I'm saying, this next 3 weeks critical. What is happening right now, guys, is the last kick. You're going to see a last kick right now. And why do I know this? I have lived through a period like this before. And when these things happen, every single little thing that happens matters. So any move is going to make a difference. And this conference rejection by Mnangagwa is a big thing. Mnangagwa does not want anything to do with Chiwenga. And he has specifically ordered people to remove Chiwenga's name from this thing, from this conference. And he's doing it in the open. You can see this. You can go to Gambakwe and check out these 2 statements. Chiwenga's name has been removed from it. And this was an order by Mnangagwa, an open and clear order to say he does not want anything to do with Chiwenga. So now we've reached the point where there's no pretense anymore. It's going to be going. And then let's see the last question. Mkoma teacher says, Mbare Musika is controlled by ZANU gangsters, and it is believed that they are the ones who bent it. I don't want to speculate, but let me explain to you where the vision is. Harare is not grown. It's embarrassing to walk in Harare. When I walk in Harare, they are cleaning, they're sweeping everything. The buildings are a mess. So what you need to do now is that whole section from where there is Holiday Inn there, all the way down. So that whole street from Mutapa going down, you need to reimagine that area and create a new city there. So what is a new city? You have to go up. So you need to create, I don't know what are those platforms where there is concrete at the top and a higher level. And then you build all the way past the railway station there, all the way, I think that is to Arcadia. You know where Arcadia is there? You need to create a new city all that way up to 4th. I don't know if I'm calling it 4th and it's not 4th, but 4th Street, all the way down to Mbare there. And then you cross all the way up to Waterfalls. that becomes a new city there. You actually need to get architects there, and they recreate that whole city. That becomes a new Harare, or what they call new town in Johannesburg. If you go to Johannesburg, there's a new town, and if you go to Cape Town, the Century City. So you create a new town, which is worth billions over there. And you take the pension funds, you take everyone and create that city. Zimbabwe's economy will revive that way, not the thing that you have now, which is a mess. But as I said, Mnangagwa's got no vision. He cannot see it, and you will never see it. The only time that Mnangagwa will see what I'm talking about is when he's out of office and then someone comes and does it. There's so much opportunity in our country, but the guys that are in charge, they don't get it. So I'd like to thank all of you for watching. We are having so many new people on Starlink who are coming to watch us. And obviously, as I said, within the next 3 weeks, we're going to make a new announcement. 2025 is going to be a different year. And we need to create a new country. And that is something that will need us to all work together. Because as Lino is saying, these new leaders, we need new leaders. These guys who are there will not see it and cannot do it. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. And I'll see you again tonight at 10 minutes past 9. So we're all watching what Mnangagwa is going to say at Mine Entra today. We'll be watching that. That is in Bulawayo, the ZITF. And Mnangagwa is already over there. Chiwenga is already over there. And Mohad is over there. Everyone is moving as a group. So if you want to destroy Zanu, you know what to do. Just go over there and boom. Yeah, man. Right, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. And a good day to you.